Hidden away in the folds of the Iranian mountains lie the holy towns of an ancient faith, Zoroastrianism. One of the earliest religions of the world, Zoroastrianism is based on the teachings of the prophet Spitma Zarathustra. Zarathustra, or Zoroaster, lived in the great Iranian homeland of Aryanem Vaeja, probably around 1200 BCE, and was the first prophet to have preached the belief in one supreme God. Zoroastrianism flourished for more than 1,000 years as the imperial religion of the three Iranian empires: the Achaemenians, Parthians, and Sasanians. Then, in the 7th century CE, following the Arab conquest in Persia, early groups of Zoroastrians, who by then had developed trade links with India, left the town of Hormazd on the Persian Gulf. Striving to preserve their religion and culture, they made a dangerous voyage in frail ships and sought shelter in their new homeland, India. They first landed in Diu, around 697 CE, and lived there for almost 19 years. But the stifling heat and barren soil forced them to set sail once again towards the western coast of mainland India. On this journey, they were battered by a terrible storm. Huddled in their little boats, the Zoroastrians prayed fervently to Ahura Mazda and promised to build an Atash Behram if they were saved. Fortunately, their prayers were heard. The storm settled and they landed safely on dry land around 716 CE in Zanjan. Legend has it that the new immigrants were met by the emissary of the Hindu king, Jadi Rana, who set 5 conditions before giving them shelter. The Zoroastrians agreed, and for centuries thereafter would keep their promise and mingle peacefully with the local population. Like sugar in milk. Their generous hosts, the people of Gujarat, soon came to address them as the Parsis, or the people from the land of Pars. The Parsis slowly adapted to the local customs and eventually consecrated their holy fire, Iran Shah, in their new homeland. In Zoroastrianism, fire is a symbol of God's divine light, and Zoroastrians bow in reverence to the holy flame. Iran Shah remained in Zanjan for many decades, then shifted to Barhut, Vansda, Navsari, Surat, back to Navsari, Valsad, until finally a decision was taken to move it back to Zanjan. But fate had other plans, and along the way, the priest chanced upon a peaceful coastal village, which charmed them with its quaintness and tranquility. Udvada. And so, on 28th October 1742, the holy fire was brought to Udvada and enthroned in the new Atash Behram. And since that historic date, the eternal flame of the Zoroastrians has been burning continuously for 273 years. And for all these years, the boy ritual has been performed unfailingly, 5 times a day, with a bell being rung 9 times, raising the hearth fire to new solemnity. As the community proliferated, and as waves of urbanization swept through India in the 19th century, large numbers of Parsis moved to the bustling port of Bombay. From simple artisans and farmers, they grew to preside over trading empires stretching from China and the Strait of Malacca to Aden and the east coast of Africa. As they came to own much of Bombay, they transformed it, building a network of educational institutions, banking and insurance services, a thriving newspaper industry, and eventually inspiring political reforms and the Industrial Revolution in India. Stalwarts like Dadabhai Nauroji, Jamshedji Tata, Dr. Homi Bhabha, and Field Marshal Sir Manekshaw, among so many others, have inspired generations and left indelible footprints on the sands of their time. Even today, as one walks through the streets of Mumbai and the quaint and narrow lanes of Udvada, the home of the Parsis' sacred fire, one can still sense the history of these gentle people. The information center, with its treasure trove of intriguing artifacts, the unique architecture of typical Parsi homes, the delicious flavors of signature Parsi dishes, and most importantly, the warmth of a happy people. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "In numbers, the Parsis are beneath contempt, but in contribution, beyond compare." Today, Zoroastrianism is a happy religion of peace-loving people spread across the globe, whose optimistic contribution to the world economies is unparalleled. And despite its antiquity, the community has preserved its customs, religious beliefs, highest liturgical ceremonies, texts, and prayers. The principle of good thoughts, good words, and good deeds continues to form the foundation of Zoroastrian life, so that even 3,000 years after its revelation, Zoroastrianism lives on, touching lives and guiding its followers as the eternal flame at Iransha continues to burn.